Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Sorry, I've got some hair in my face. Hope that you guys are really well. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your April 2016 reading. Now the first thing to say, Sagittarius, is that I apologise for being late with your reading. I'm extraordinarily busy, that's the thing, because I have the website that's really busy. And also last week I really wasn't well at all, so that's why readings have been a little bit late. I am moving to my own place at the end of the month, my own apartment. At the moment I live with family, so things should be a little bit more on an even keel when I actually do move, and I'll be able to kind of plan and you know, just plan my day a little bit more the way it should be planned around the readings for YouTube and also the website. But obviously, because people pay for their readings, they've kind of got to come first, so I hope that you guys can understand that. Anyway, what I've decided to start doing, instead of shuffling the cards for ages, okay, on the videos, what I want to do is I want to actually, what I've done is pre-laid the cards, but it's only like a couple of minutes before I come on screen. It just saves time, so the reading is fresh, okay, except you just don't see me shuffling it. It just saves time. Oh, did my camera shake there? I've just put it in a different position. Hope that you guys can see me properly on this reading. Okay. Your general energy for, well, your advice card for the month is the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a card about success, and it's about striving for success, because that's what the King of Pentacles does, okay? He is the type of man who has worked very hard for what he has. He's very wealthy, he's very abundant, and he's very successful. So the King of Pentacles, as an everyday energy, as an everyday person, you would usually find Sagittarius would be like a bank manager, he'd be a real estate agent, he'd be a businessman, he'd be a manager, he'd be at the top of his game, he'd be quite a popular individual as well, somebody that probably people look up to in general. He can be the tax man as well. He's just a really successful individual, but as I say, he's had to strive for success. So I feel the advice card this month is telling you that you're going to be quite successful in some realm within your life. Now I feel that this is more to do with, this reading is more to do with receiving some form of assistance in terms of finances, and I feel that it's something that you need. So it could be that a bank comes to your aid, Sagittarius, or it could be somebody who works within the finance field. The King of Pentacles as an advice card could be suggesting the person who helps you, or it could just be suggesting the energy that is around you. I feel the King of Pentacles is a very lucky king. This is what I'm sensing with this guy, and I feel that his luck is obviously going to brush off on you guys. So I do feel, Sagittarius, for the month of April 2016, that there's a lot of financial success that's coming to you, and I feel that this is going to put you in a better position than maybe some of you have been feeling of late. Your general energy is interesting as well, because we've got the Knight of Cups alongside, let me just see if you can see that, he's riding out of it, okay, alongside the Six of Cups. Can you see that? Okay, so what that card is saying to me is something's being offered. The Knight of Cups is often an offer card, and so is the Six of Pentacles, funnily enough, because what we have is an offer here with the Knight of Cups and a gift that's being given with the Six of Pentacles, okay? And I feel that this is, it suggests to me some form of an energy. It's almost like you've been waiting for help, or you've been waiting for, some of you guys might have been going through some form of a challenging experience or a challenging time. But it was weird how the cards came out. Just sometimes the cards can tell a story, and sometimes the cards can be a little bit haphazard, and there are several stories in one. But I feel that this really kind of tells a story, and it enables you to move forward with either a plan that you might have or something that you've been waiting to develop. Six of Pentacles is a lovely card, because on the one hand, this is what I always say with the tarot, Sagittarius, that it is so multifaceted as a tool, okay? So on the one hand, with the Six of Pentacles, it can be about receiving help. I've seen this card show up for me in my own personal readings, okay, where somebody's been giving me assistance. Sometimes this is money. Sometimes this is something that might be directed to money or in connection with some funds, but usually it is the card of kindness. And usually with this card, somebody's helping another person out, because this person, the person who needs the help, needs to create some form of balance. So they need to even something out within their lives, something that has probably been unstable or unbalanced, and there is balance achieved when somebody comes in and makes the offer in that kind of situation. On the other hand, with the Six of Pentacles, it can be about seeking approval, and it can be about one person giving approval to one person rather than the other. So it can be an unequal distribution of help, or an unequal distribution of kindness, or an unequal distribution of money, whereas somebody kind of invests in one person and doesn't invest in the other. So this is why it's interesting how that card works. But all the sixes are really to do with adjustments, creating balance, and acknowledging the good and the bad side within ourselves. You only have to look at something like the Lovers card, or even the Devil. The Devil is a reduction of, say, for example, the sixes. If you the Devil is number 15 within the tarot. If you break it down, you put 1 and 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. So it kind of reduces down to a 6, and therefore the meaning becomes intrinsically linked with all of the sixes. Okay. The Lovers card, for example, it can be about making a choice, but in its essence, it's about making a choice that benefits you. So really what all of this is saying so far is an offer is made to you that is really going to benefit you, I feel, Sagittarius, within the month of April. We have as your first two cards, the Page of Swords and the Moon. Now, the Page of Swords is usually a challenging situation, and I feel that some of you guys might have been going through something that's quite challenging. It can be the card of spying, so you can be watching someone, so researching them on things like Facebook, Twitter, all of the kind of social media, YouTube, that type of thing. So you get that card come out, it can literally mean somebody spying on you. But the other side of the Page of Swords, because the page, we look at the Page of Swords as being a spy, because often it's about somebody who's doing research. The Page of Swords is often linked to being a student, so trying to find things out. The Page of Swords, on the other hand, can be quite a destructive energy as well as a person. Okay, so this is the type of person, because it's swords, it's all to do with communication and to do with thoughts. The page is quite young, so when the page speaks, if you get that, for example, in a reading to do with a person, and you want to find out what type of person that is, sometimes this can be quite a destructive individual, or somebody who is very loose with their tongue, or somebody who can be quite nasty, or somebody who can be quite sneaky. Usually they would say the Page of Swords in reverse is the sneaky one, but I've seen the Page of Swords turn up in the upright as being quite a sneaky individual. Okay, so that can sometimes be seen as a troublemaker. The other side of that Page of Swords card, it can be seen as a very challenging situation. For example, if you get it in a love reading, it can mean that there are arguments between a couple, for example. You can also see that card as something that instigates that there is a delay on something. So when that card shows up sometimes, especially if it's not in an outcome position, if it's in, for example, influences coming in, it might mean that you're waiting on news to come in. Okay, there might be a delay on something that you're waiting for. If it shows up in something in like the recent past or the distant past, it can mean that perhaps you were waiting on something to come in, you were waiting for some news, and you're probably getting quite agitated at having to wait. It shows delays. The Moon card is showing up next door to this. The Moon card is a card of secrecy. And I feel that for some of you guys, I'm sensing that there is something that was not revealed in terms of maybe finances about you for some reason. I don't know why I'm getting that, Sagittarius. But I'm getting something that, a sense of something that you might need to reveal, or you might need to open up about in terms of where you stand with your finances, because I feel that you might need some help in terms of that in the month of April, and I feel that you're going to need to declare something, if that makes any sense to you. And I feel that it might be something that you were probably afraid of declaring. So if it's something like taxes, and you've got back taxes and things like that, that might be something that you need to declare. Okay, because I feel that you can get help on this. I feel that help can be offered to you if you only pick up the courage. And also the Page of Swords can be a card about courage. This page is on the defensive. He holds a sword up and he's actually ready to strike. So when you get that card, sometimes it tells you to be ready for a fight, or ready for a challenge, or you're ready for a challenge, or to be ready for a challenging situation that's actually coming into you. or for you. Okay, so that's why this can show up sometimes if I'm doing a Celtic cross reading and that card shows up in the influences that are actually coming in, so things that are coming in or things that are around you, it suggests to me that you need to be ready, or somebody needs to be ready, or somebody's involved in some form of difficulty. So I'm sensing with the Page of Swords and the Moon, there is some sort of difficulty around these general energies. All right, and I feel that the difficulty, Sagittarius, might actually lie with who you are. Okay, it might be something that you're holding back and something that you need to kind of open up about, because the Moon card is about secrecy. Okay, so often when you get the Moon card, it could be something that you're suppressing or something that you're not opening up about, and it might be something also that's causing you some form of anxiety potentially. I'm sensing here with those two cards. Also with the Page of Swords, it can mean some news that comes in that you didn't really want to get, okay, but it's a necessary evil to get it. Okay, so with the Page of Swords, sometimes that card can come up to say that you're going to receive some information, and the information might be challenging, okay, and it might cause some form of fear with the Moon card. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you, I'm just saying it's a possible scenario, but I feel that whatever this is, it's going to allow you to kind of open up, because Sagittarius, the Knight of Cups, is offering something towards that Six of Pentacles. Okay, so it could be that it offers you the ability to open up and to receive some help, whatever this is. There are two offer cards showing in your general energy, Knight of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so we're seeing help being received, and it's around the advice is the King of Pentacles. Okay, so when the King of Pentacles shows up, this can be an individual, as I said, a taxman, it can be a financial advisor, it can be a real estate agent, though I don't see anything really. There is something about moving here though with this card as well, but it's obvious that something is definitely, I feel, being offered to you in the month of Sagittarius, in the month of April, and I feel that it's something that's going to be of benefit to you, because for some of you guys, you might literally be suppressing something that you haven't opened up about, and this gives you the chance to come clean, be open, and to receive the help that you actually need. Okay, I feel that this king is both things. It's success, financial success that's coming in for you, and on the other hand, it could be as a result of a particular person. King of Pentacles. Your next cards that are showing are the Queen of Pentacles and also the Ace of Pentacles. Let's make sure that you can see that. Okay, so these are two money cards. There's something around money that's happening here, okay, because we've got four Pentacle cards showing up in your reading this month, Sagittarius. Queen of Pentacles is often where we are working towards the planning stages of something, okay. She's the queen, so when you get the Queen of Pentacles, she's like the King of Pentacles, except that she's his female counterpart. So usually she would be the type of woman who would be a mother, she would be a nurturer, she loves animals, she loves children, she loves work, she multitasks. This is what the Queen of Pentacles does. She often multitasks. She's very detailed as well. The Ace of Pentacles can be to do with some form of paperwork, or some form of negotiation coming in, or some form of something to do with money. All right, so this can be money that you're receiving, and sometimes it can even be money that you're paying out, okay? But I feel that there's some paperwork that you guys are going to need to complete in the month of April, okay? In order to set things straight, in order to set whatever this thing is with the Page of Swords and the Moon, in order to set it straight. I don't know whether I'm making any sense to you guys, but this is the general feeling that I'm getting from this reading, Sagittarius, that you need to kind of open up about something in terms of your finances, maybe. It doesn't have to be a financial reading, but I'm putting it along the lines of finances because it's just giving me that energy. I feel that there's something that you need to set straight, okay, in terms of your finances. You might need to declare something. It could also be something around the home that you need to kind of sort out, because the Pentacles and the Wands are to do with building and creation, okay? So your Wands are often action cards, and the Pentacles are often kind of what we put into action. So it can be with the Wands cards that sometimes you're looking to use your skills, your motivation, your passion to start creating something. And with the Ace of Pentacles, because they're earth, it literally puts it out into the world. So it's a realistic energy with the pentacles, okay? So for example, the pentacles are to do with money, they're to do with building, they're to do with property often, okay? And the action would be moves with the wands, if that makes sense to you. So you get something like the Knight of Wands, it's to do with a home move. You get something like the Knight of Pentacles, it's the planning stages and planning and putting everything together quite strategically in order to make that happen. So it's the making money, it's the permanent job, it's the stable source of income. Does that make sense? Okay, so you're creating with the wands, and you're literally putting into action with those pentacle cards. So I'm sensing that there is some form of exchange going on here, financially. And for some of you guys, it might not be simply just about you know, your finance. It might be that you need the finance in order to make something work. So the Knight of Cups can often be the offer card, and the Six of Pentacles can often be the exchange. And with the King of Pentacles, that can be the estate agent. So it can be the financier, it can be the real estate agent, you know, the person who shows you around the house, gives you the keys, that type of thing, the person that you pay the money to, you know, like a home moving agency, like a property estate agency, that type of thing. But I'm seeing as well an exchange happening here, and I feel that this might have taken some time, and it might have been a simple case of some of you guys probably didn't believe it was going to happen. But I do believe within April things will be actually taking off. I really do feel that, because I can see the offer coming in with the Knight of Cups and the exchange within the Six of Pentacles. The Six of Pentacles can be seen as an exchange card as well. The Queen of Pentacles, as I've said, is often the planning and progress card, okay? So it's literally like looking at your paperwork, that type of thing, putting things in order. And the Ace of Pentacles is often handing over of the money or receiving the money. So either way, whatever this is, it could be that you've been looking to buy a new home, okay, or it could be that you've been looking to have somebody buy your home. But I'm feeling that this is something that may have taken some time for some of you Sagittarians, but it seems to be coming into action now. The next cards that we're looking at are the High Priestess and the Ace of Cups comes towards the High Priestess. So if you look at these two cards together, the High Priestess, I mean, it seems to be evaluating, it seems to be showing a lot of waiting sort of thing. And the High Priestess is underneath that Page of Swords as well. So the High Priestess is often a card, if you look at those cards together, High Priestess is often a card of waiting as well. It's a number 2 card, but with the High Priestess, she doesn't take any action. So she knows what's going on. She's after the Magician. The Magician is the visualization card. He's number 1 in the Major Arcana. So he's all to do with visualization, visualizing, thinking about our dreams, creating the pictures in our minds, looking at what we've got to work with. And then the High Priestess, he hands the baton over to the High Priestess, who takes all of this information, deliberates on it, thinks about it, and kind of constructs it in her mind, and then thinks, okay, so I can put this into this section, this into that section, and this into this section. This is how it's going to work. I'm going to try and make it ordered. And really what she does is she tries to create some clarity from disorder. And then you go move over to the Empress, who then she hands the baton over to the Empress, who then harnesses all of these energies within her and allows them then to grow. So she finds a way to kind of develop. The number 3s are about development. So right from the start of the Magician, which is the creation card, the High Priestess, who is the thinking card. She's the, well, the Magician is a thinking card, but the High Priestess actually looks to put things into order and create balance with these things and work out how it's going to work. And then the Empress then starts the development stage, and then you've got the Emperor, where it starts to lay the foundations for everything. So he takes those ideas out of the Empress and he starts laying these things block by block by block. Okay, so sometimes, for example, you get the Empress and an Emperor. What I've found is sometimes if you get those readings, those cards in a reading, usually they would signify a parent's mother and a father. But if they're an energy, both sides of yourself, it's about putting your ideas literally into reality, building the blocks. So the Empress, sometimes when you look at an Empress card, it can be a card of looking at something that's a frustrating situation because she's pregnant. She's got all of this stuff that she's ready to kind of deliver out into the world. but it's not being delivered because she's forever pregnant on the card. But she's still bursting and waiting to get things out. She's developed stuff. She's really got to that development stage. And the Emperor, as I always say, is the doctor to the Empress, because he's able to take the baby out and start really sort of growing it and harvesting it and building blocks around it and building things up so that they can become fully realised and fully ordered. So the Emperor for me is more of a real absolute realization. So as I said, when you get the Empress and the Emperor in a reading together, if it's a facet of you, then you are not only the person who develops an idea, you're the actual person who starts to build on it. Okay, and that's a pretty powerful energy, I feel. But getting back to this, we're looking at the Empress and the High Priestess, and she is gestating, she's thinking, she's putting things into order with all of this stuff that's going on. And I feel a lot of this is to do with something about a home and money. As I said, it could be that you are having to put paperwork across in terms of your finances. You're looking to create some form of order, something that may have been weighing down on your mind potentially, something that you may have been waiting to come in. But what I'm feeling is that if this is things like your taxes and things like that, this is going to be sorted out in April. I'm feeling though more on the lines that this is something to do with an exchange in terms of property, home moves, that type of thing. And I feel that the Ace of Cups that is being offered to the Empresses, it's funny because they're two water signs, okay? So it's usually if I saw the Ace of Cups facing something like an Earth card, it's about growth for me. But I feel that there is, for some reason, I'm sensing that there is a solution being offered to a problem with that Page of Swords and the Moon card. Okay, I just feel that there is a solution that is being offered. When I see the Ace of Cups being offered to something, for example, you get the Nine of Swords and you look at the Ace of Cups. If the Ace of Cups for me is offered to the Nine of Swords, it's help. Okay, so sometimes you get the Nine of Swords when somebody's feeling really ill. And if the Ace of Cups is facing that Nine of Swords, sometimes it can be medication or medicine that's being offered, help. So I'm seeing help is being offered towards this High Priestess in order to clarify, or in order to bring something to fruition. This is what I'm sensing here. And your final cards, Sagittarius, are showing us the Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. Now, I feel here, you know, Five of Wands, a lot of the time, Sagittarius, a lot of people would say, I've heard tarot readers, and I used to do it myself all the time, but say that this is a card of frustration. And it is a card of frustration. It depends what you get it with. Ace of Wands can also be a card of frustration as well. It can be an argument, anger, annoyance, that type of thing. But not in this reading. I feel you get the green light. This is what I feel. I feel that you get the green light. The Ace of Wands can often be a card of saying that you've got the green light on something. Okay? So it's like, yes, the go-ahead, thumbs up. And the Five of Wands suggests to me you can start building something or constructing something here, or even moving furniture, okay, and starting to try and put things into order. So I do feel for April, Sagittarius, a lot of this reading is actually founded on you guys literally coming out of a time where maybe you've had to wait for news to happen, you've had to wait for some form of, it might have been quite annoying actually with that Page of Swords, and the Moon card might have been a situation where it's creating a lot of maybe anxiety around you, difficulties in how you're feeling. This is seems to be something that might have been quite pressing on you. But with that Knight of Cups being offered to the Six of Pentacles, I'm seeing that there's an offer and then an exchange made, and this guy may be intrinsic in that, okay? Otherwise, this is suggesting some real success. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles together. This is very, very good because Queen of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles, both cards together suggest some form of success. The Queen of Pentacles is far more along the line. It's far more kind of along up the chain than the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is often the seed of something. It's often the start of something. It's often, it can be the card where you're actually looking to move home as well with that Ace of Pentacles, because it's a new beginning. It's a new realization. And the Pentacles are grounded. They're earth. They're realistic. They're often to do with permanence. Okay. So I feel that there's something around the home that is being sorted out with those two cards in the month of April, and also finances. Could be some paperwork and stuff like that. it seems that the Ace of Pentacles is offering help to the High Priestess, okay? So you might have been waiting, and I feel the High Priestess underneath that Page of Swords, both cards to me suggest a waiting period, or something that might have been delayed, or something that you're having to kind of be patient with, if that makes sense to you. But then I see the Ace of Cups then comes in and offers some kind of solution here, which in the end seems to give you the green light in order for you to either start moving furniture or start the construction of what it is that you need to move forward with your plans. Right, that is your reading, Sagittarius. Woo, what time? 24. Okay, 24 minutes. Sagittarius, thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe. That is your reading for April 2016. If any of this correlates with you guys, you can always let me know. Otherwise, if you'd like a personal reading with me, just go to www.carolsuniverse.co.uk, and thank you so much for your time. Take care.